What is up guys, my name is Jay and today I'm going to give you a completely different type of video. So usually I would just either vlog every single day, edit it and upload it as a video. But this week what I've done is I've vlogged on every single one of my days off in bits and I've put them all into this video and I'm just going to go through and talk to you about what I've actually done this week. So on Monday, it was over 30 degrees in the UK. Great weather, not complaining, absolutely loved it, but it was just so hot to do anything. What me and Tom actually did is we went to Chelmsford and I got to use my new vlogging setup, which I was really excited about.
Hey, so we are in Chelmsford today. It is, as you saw, 29 degrees, it is boiling. And I know what you're wondering. You're thinking, good audio, better quality camera, bigger angle. Yes, new vlogging setup, which I can't wait. Well, I'm actually so happy that I'm gonna get to use it now.
And yeah, so we walked up and down the high street and trying to find people that we could actually help. Now, like I will say now and in the future, is I don't have everything possible to help people, but I just want to try and give back what I can. So as it was so hot, I just wanted to give people water. I felt that myself, who had access to going to a shop getting a drink, like I felt like I constantly had to be hydrated. It was so hot and so humid, and we were so surprised at how many people were on the streets. When me and Tom went to Chelmsford, we had no plan. We just wanted to walk around and see what the place was like in terms of helping people. But we actually found quite a lot of people on the streets in the middle of the day. Now, people had given them some drinks and things. It's not like I'm trying to say that no one did anything whatsoever, but I still felt that even taking 5 minutes out of my day to give them a bottle of water and sit there and ask how they are and why they're there, that's the human interaction side of things. I think is just a necessity. So we ended up getting some water from Tesco's, and we then went back to the people that we saw. Now I reckon that we saw around about 6 to 12 people on the streets. Half of them didn't want to talk to us for whatever reason. Some of them, well, if not most of them, didn't want to be recorded, which I fully respect. Just because they're homeless doesn't mean they don't have that right to privacy. So the clips I have got wouldn't have made sense if I didn't give them any context. So the first person that we saw is a girl called Kelly, and she was awesome. So I approached her, she was with two guys, and they were actually there helping her. They were from some charity, and she's a recovering alcoholic. So I was just trying to talk to her, and she was really nice about it. She told me that she didn't want to be recorded. I gave her the water. I spent like 5-10 minutes with her, just literally talking to her, asking her about her story and where she wants to do, what she wants to do, where she wants to go. And these guys that were with her were like, you know, we thought you were a recovering alcoholic, which is why you're doing this, but they really understood where I was coming from, and they've actually put me in touch with a few charities, which I'm actually going to pursue because it will give me a better leverage to help people on a bigger scale and give you guys the content. This is the first time I've ever done anything like this and tried to record it, so it is quite awkward when people don't want to be recorded or whatnot. I want to go about it the right way. And Tom, bless him, who come on his day off just to kind of help me out, he was even saying it's quite strange trying to film someone who isn't aware of what's going on or isn't comfortable with it. It's a different sort of situation than like it is right now when I'm sitting down with a camera and I want to talk to the camera. But yeah, so that was the first person that we spoke to. And then the next guy we helped out had a dog. I approached him, I said, look man, it's like 30 degrees, you've got your dog out here, I can clearly see you're both sweating. Someone had already bought him a dog bowl of food and water and they were full, so I was like, sweet, do you know what, someone's come along and they're helping your dog out and I want to help you out too. Do you want me to go buy a big bag of dog food so you haven't got to worry about it for like a week or so? But he was alright, he was like, no, that's cool, someone's actually bought me some food, so I'm alright for that. So then I asked him, I said, here's a bottle of water for you, here's a bottle of water for your dog so you can keep him cool. Is there anything I can do for you? What can I do for you now that's going to make your day a bit easier? And he actually asked for money, and to be honest, I was like, well, I'll be honest with you, I haven't got any cash on me, I've only got my card, but I'll quite happily buy you a meal or you know, get something for you that you actually need. So I ended up buying him a McDonald's. That's all he wanted. He wanted a Big Mac meal with no sauce. So like, what is that? That's what, 4 or 5 quid? And he was so grateful that I gave it to him. The only thing he actually wanted before I left, I said, is there anything else I can do for you before I go? And he was like, oh, can you buy me a spray bottle? At first I was like, what? Yeah, like, of course I could buy a spray bottle, but what do you need it for? And he was thinking smart. He was like, well, if I have a bottle of water, I'm pouring it over my dog, and it's a waste of water. Whereas if I have a spray bottle, I can fill it up and spray my dog, keep him cool, and it's not overuse of water, and it still does the same effect. So I was like, do you know what, man, that makes sense, I'll go grab you one. On the way to getting him a spray bottle though, one thing we have to admire is Tom's camera skills. Now, Tom, if you are watching, I'm sorry, but I really appreciate what you do for me, like behind the scenes and stuff, but this clip is just, he didn't know the camera was recording, and he got over 8 minutes of us walking around, and it's just hilarious. So the last guy that I helped on the day was a guy called Russ, and he was a really nice guy. He was very grateful in terms of he didn't expect anyone to stop, and he wasn't asking for people for anything or begging for change. He was just sitting in the shade in like this alleyway, and you could clearly see he was dehydrated, he was hungry, and you know, it was just quite sad to see. So I approached him, I'm like, hey man, like, here's a bottle of water. You know, is there anything else I can actually do for you today to make your day a little easier? And he was like, no, like, I'm okay. And I was like, no, there's got to be something. And strangely enough, he was just craving Mars milkshakes. So he asked me to go grab him some, and I was like, yeah, man, that's cool. Like, even though they're people that are going without right now, they still have cravings for stuff, which I found quite amusing. And me and him had a laugh about it. Because of all the things he could have asked for, he asked for Mars milkshakes. But I went and got them to him, and I spoke to him for a couple of minutes, sat down for like 10 minutes with him, and just kind of found out his story. And he actually asked me to come back, and he'll be more open to it. They'd like to be on film, be on camera, and explain his story. And I'm hoping that you guys are really on board with what I'm trying to do. It is a work in progress, so going forward, the content will get better. I'll have better like resources to get the footage as well as everything else together. But after that, we just went back to where I work, and I work at Phoenix. It's a vape shop in Braintree. We just went back there because my boss was working, and we just wanted to kind of relax for a little bit. Danny was asking about the day, so we went back there just to kind of regroup. Danny actually wanted to be recorded, but every time I got the camera out, he was actually serving customers, so I couldn't do it right then. But then after that, when we actually shut at 5:30, me and Nick went out to dinner.
Bye, Tom. Bye.
Yeah, me and Nick went to dinner, and we went to Braintree, and oh my god, the food was incredible.
So as we're pulling up, we park, and I don't know if you can see in the background, I think it's like there. They've got like a massive cycle meeting. So I don't know where they're going, but it's a lovely day for cycling. Lovely day.
It was really nice. Me and Nick very rarely get time to sit down together and like go out for dinner and things, but like it was one of those days where I'd gone out and helped people. She was at college doing her thing, and we just had so much to talk about that we wanted to talk to each other about as well. That going out for dinner was nice. It was nice weather. The food was so good. Like, it was so good.
That was destroyed. I had to leave mine. I had to leave some. My eyes were bigger than my belly. You just demolished yours because that's what you do. Me today. That was a lovely meal. Service was so fast. The food was great. The only reason it doesn't gets a 9.5 and not a 10 is because there wasn't more of it. So yeah.
And then after that, we went home and we just watched Orange Is the New Black. Tuesday was slightly different and not a lot really going on because Danny actually messaged me about 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. He'd actually fallen ill. I think it's some sort of stomach bug, so I had to cover him at work. So I didn't really get to record a lot. Tom come and saw me at work, which was awesome, and I did have the delivery to play with, so that always made my day a little easier. Rather than it all be about me and be really selfish, Nick had some news that she wanted to let everyone know.
And I was basically finished my last piece of work for college, which is a relief. I like properly get signed off on Friday, so I can't wait. And yeah, and then I also got confirmed that I'll be starting a apprenticeship soon in nursing, so that'll be that would be really cool and I can't wait. But like for now, I just want to enjoy my free time, save, like go away before I start like this next bit, like this like next chapter kind of thing of my life.
Out of nowhere, when I finish work, I get home, me and Nick are watching Orange is the New Black, just relaxing, I get this. I get tagged in this and my heart stops. Reason being is I did not know these things existed. So we literally stopped what we were doing to go to Domino's to buy one of these chocolate pizzas.
So Danny has just tagged me in a Facebook post and asked me how good these are, and I didn't even know they existed. So right now we are going all the way to Domino's and we're going to go buy some to actually see what they're like, because I did not know they did chocolate pizza, and I bet that tastes so good.
And oh my god, if you haven't had one, you need one in your life. Like, oh, this is my reaction that I actually sent to Danny.
Man, you need to get these. These are the best things I've ever had in my entire life.
It's so good.
They're so good. So good.
And that was it for Tuesday. So Wednesday then come around, because I was in a food coma from the night before after eating chocolate pizza and watching Orange is the New Black. So Wednesday rolled around and I get an alert on my phone that I have my last actual piece of coursework for college this year needed to be submitted on Wednesday, which is always great because I hadn't even started it. So then I actually looked at the weather and it was still like 30 degrees, and I thought, you know, I'm not sitting indoors all day doing an assignment. I'm going to go back to Chelmsford. I'm going to go back to the people that I helped on Monday and actually go and talk to them, see how they're getting on, see if there's anything else I can do to help them out. So I go back to Chelmsford, I'm on my own, and the first thing I do is I go and see Kelly. So I go to Starbucks.
So I've just come to Starbucks just to see if I could find Kelly. It's opposite the Starbucks, and she's there with a few friends actually, and she's doing really well. She didn't want to be recorded again, which is fine, but I just thought I'd go check up on her. She was surprised that I actually come back, because she's apparently, a lot of people say, but they never actually do. People who she's with aren't with her though. Like I said, it's mainly her friends. I think the news has got out where she is and what she's trying to do, and she's got a hell of a lot of support now. So just to give you guys an update, she didn't mind being recorded, but everyone around her didn't want her to because they didn't quite understand it, which is understandable. Like I said, I'm always going to respect her privacy, but it was nice to go catch up with her, see how she's getting on.
After that, I went straight back to the car, and I actually experienced something I didn't really want to see myself, and something I wish I'd recorded at the same time, because it hurt me a lot seeing this.
So I've just got back to the car, and I'm actually quite sad right now, because as I left Starbucks, and I spoke to Kelly and I said, I'm off now, I hope you're doing well, I'll be back next week, see how you're getting on. As I walk off, I hear someone shout her name, and I turn around and there's another guy who's on the streets, and I'm guessing it's like a boyfriend or some sort of relation to her. Just hands her a bottle of vodka and she just starts drinking it. So she's now relapsed. And I know a lot of you probably like, and what, she's an alcoholic, it's going to happen. But for some reason I feel so down about it, because she was doing so well, and I never knew her. And then on Monday I actually went and spoke to her and made conversation and got on well with her, and she really wanted to put a first step forward and make positive movements. And a couple of days later she was surprised I come back, and then we were having a chat and she was really positive. And then I see that, and it's just kicked me in the balls, really. Like, I feel quite sad.
It still hurts today. Like, it's gonna sound really weird because I don't know this person, but after spending time with them, I felt like I understood their goals, understood their story, and it's actually made me want to help out a hell of a lot more than what I've started to do. So after that, I decided that I needed to cheer myself up, and what better way of doing that than going to surprise Nick while she was at work. So she works at Broomfield Hospital and I was in Chelmsford, which is only down the road, so I thought that I would just pop in, just surprise her with some flowers and go see her actually on her ward, and yeah, see her doing her thing, because I've never really been to her work, because she works in a hospital. It's just, I let her get on with it. I never feel like I can go visit, because she's always busy like helping people. I didn't realise that in a hospital that you can't actually have flowers on the ward. So until I get there and think I'm doing a really nice thing, I then get told by like Nick and her colleagues that she can't even have flowers on the ward. So I just felt like an absolute melt.
So I've given you flowers and you're not allowed them on the shift. So she now has to find a place to put them. She doesn't know where she's going to put them.
I stayed there for like, what, half hour, an hour, just kind of chatting to a colleague, catched up with a few people, and I thought, you know what, I better let Nick actually do some work, because people were starting to say, like, you know, she's not doing anything. Same with other people that were talking to me, it was like that, she had things to do. But it was really nice to go in there and see the people and actually see some patients that were quite close, and have a laugh and a joke with them. After that, I just went back home, and well, I say I went home, I went back to Braintree, and I went back to Phoenix because Danny was like, oh, come round, it'd be awesome. I was like, yeah, cool, no worries. Popped into the shop and Tom was there, so I actually briefly saw Tom and I saw Danny, and I managed to get him on camera for you guys, so you've actually like know who I'm talking about just for a split second.
Danny got vape mail, he was really excited.
Yeah. I got Death Wish mods, Death Trap!
Exactly.
Sick piece. Yeah.
Alright.
I'm just redoing a coil, because that's what I like to do.
Awesome.
My Wednesday was really chilled after the morning. So I just come back home, and Nick was at work till 9, she got back, and we watched a bit of Orange is the New Black, and then went to sleep. And now we're on Thursday, so you are up to date. Now, one thing I do want to say is I do want to really support and help other people, and I hope you do support me and are behind this idea as much as some of you have been in touch saying. The people around me right now trying to help me are just unbelievable. Like, Nick takes time out to help me behind the scenes, Tom takes days off and things to help me out, Danny's behind the idea, and I don't want to like name and shame people, but as a collective, you guys have been getting in touch saying how much you do support this idea and how much you want to push it forward and see it propel, and I'm so grateful. And like I said, I want to make the content better. I hope you like the style of video. I actually really enjoyed recording this. If you guys do have any ideas on how you want me to help or what you want to see me do to help people, then feel free to either hit me on Twitter, like the Facebook page, or just comment below. Comment below. It makes my life so much easier. I try and respond to every one of you guys. But other than that, I'm not going to talk to you anymore because you're probably really bored, asleep, or want to kill yourself. So please like if you did enjoy the video, subscribe if you are new, and until next time, guys, peace.
Yeah, let me step, hold up, let me step, let me get into your mind, let me feel your next breath, let me step, hold up, let me step, let me feel your every pain, let me